Hello, I just wanted to do a brief video on something that God put on my heart to do, to share about. So I'm going to put this computer closer to me. I don't want to lean so far over. I'm going to read some scriptures on it. It's about giving yourself a false identity. Instead of seeing yourself as Christ sees you, a lot of times we tend to see ourselves as the world sees us instead, because a lot of people cave into the pressures of the world, sadly, and they see themselves the wrong way. They give themselves a false identity. Instead of seeing yourself in Christ and who He's made you to be, people see themselves as the world does, and that's crazy. I wanted to read a few little scriptures on it and then share this vision that God showed me this morning, which is really significant in a big way, I believe. Well, I wanted to read this one in in John 1:12. It says, "Yet all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God," which he gave us the right to become his children. Once we got born again and once we gave our lives to him and believed in him, he gave us the right to become his children. And since we're his children, we should see ourselves as he does, not as the world sees us. And I wanted to read this other one in Ephesians 1:5, which says, he presented us for adoption to sonship through Christ in accordance with his pleasure and will, which was his pleasure and his will to accept us and adopt us as his children. Once we became born again and gave our lives to him, we were given the right to become his children. So we should see ourselves as he does, not as the world does, which sadly a lot of people do. Like I said, they see themselves the wrong way and they give themselves the wrong identity instead of seeing themselves as Christ does. We should see ourselves as God sees us, not as the world sees us, or we see ourselves because he sees us in a completely different way than other people see us, and the way we see ourselves. He sees us in a completely different light. He sees us in a much different way, so we should always see ourselves as he does instead of as the world. And the vision I wanted to share that God showed me this morning was so plain, it's so clear, it was just amazing. And I know that it's very significant. There's a lot to this, I believe, and I know that God will reveal the rest of it, a lot of it, to me in the right timing, of course, because that's his timing. He shows us things, and sometimes he doesn't give us the full revelation on it all at once. Sometimes he gives us bits and pieces of it at a time, which a lot of people don't understand that. They think God just don't give you the revelation on things, all at once sometimes and all the time, and he doesn't do that. And sometimes he will give it to you in bits and pieces at the right time for certain reasons and for certain reasons. He doesn't always reveal it all at once, but he does reveal it. We just gotta seek him on it and allow him to reveal it to us at the right time. But I know this is a very significant vision that I had, because it was just so plain and it lasted for the longest time. It was just like the longest vision I've had in a long time. I mean, it was just right before me for a long time this morning. I was just like amazed. I drew a picture of it. Of course, I'm not really good at drawing pictures like that, but I drew it to the best I could, because I wanted to keep this before me, because I know it's very significant. There's a lot to it. I know God will reveal it to me, like I said, at different times and at the right time, and then I will reveal it to everybody else, because I know this is definitely significant, and it has to do with the whole body of Christ. I don't think it just has to do with me. It just has to do with all of us, the whole body of Christ. But it was this vision of Italy, and there was these bushes. It was just a beautiful scene. It was just like the scenery thing, where there was these green, real pretty bushes on each side of this river. It was like a big river, and it had bushes on the left side and the right side. They were like really green and really pretty, and had these pretty green and red flowers on them, and they were just really pretty. And then there was this boat that was all white, and the sky was just beautiful color blue. I mean, it was just like really light, just beautiful color blue. It was just amazing. It wasn't like, the sky you look up outside. This was really vibrant colors and really rich colors. And the boat was all white, and it had this long pole thing that went up the front of it. And then there were these two brown rocks, like border-sized rocks. They were on each side of it. They were on the one was on the left and one was on the right, but one was a little bit bigger than the other. The one on the left was a little bit bigger than the other one that was on the right side, but it was just amazing. The colors were just so vibrant and so rich colors. It was just like, wow. It's just something that would leave you memorized, because the water was so pretty and blue and crystal clear. You could see right through it. It was just like transparent water. It was amazing. It was really amazing. I couldn't do it justice for nothing if I tried, but I just sketched it kind of in a pencil so I could kind of, keep it before me and remember it, because it was just something that I know God wanted me to really meditate on and really get the full picture of this. And that's why I believe that he kept it before me for so long, because there's a lot to it, and he wanted me to see, he wanted me to really meditate on it and think about it. And as he revealed the different aspects of it to me and the different pieces of it to me, so I drew it so that I would keep it. It was just like a little sketch, but I'll show it to you. It might look upside down, but I'll show it to you. I drew it on a piece of paper. Oops, if my camera will focus. This phone doesn't focus all the time, but this is the sketch that I drew of it. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to hold it where you can see it. But that's the boat there. And then the water and the clouds in the sky and the bushes on this side and over here on the right, I guess it'll be my right and your left. I don't know. But on this side and on this side. So, and then there's the boat and the two border rocks that are on each side of it. I drew. This is kind of like a sketch, but I wanted to keep it before me because I know that, like I said, it's significant. There's a lot to that, but it just amazed me. It's just it amazes me the way God, shows you visions and stuff, especially when he shows you something for that long period of a time. There's a lot to that, and I knew it was for a reason, because he kept it before me for, like a good 10 minutes at least, if not longer. At least it was about 10 minutes. I was just like so memorized. It was just amazing. The colors were so rich and so vibrant. It was just amazing. It wasn't like nothing you see on earth. It was like heavenly colors, because they were transparent. The water was transparent, and it was just amazing. But I wanted to share that because I know there's a lot to it. And as God reveals it to me, I'll reveal it to everybody else. I will tell them, I'll tell you everything too, as he reveals it to me, because I know there's a lot to this, and it's not something that he can reveal all at once. Because certain visions that he shows you like that, especially that had that significance to them, he will do it, and he will reveal it to you a bit at a time, because there's certain purposes for it. But I did want to share what he showed me, because I know there's a lot to it, and I know it's important, and it has to do with all of us. So I wanted to share it with everybody. And talk about, how we see ourselves, that we should see ourselves as God sees us, because he said and he told me that when he gave me that message. He said that so many of his people, tend to see themselves the wrong way, and they put themselves down, and they see themselves as just, something that they shouldn't. They put themselves down, and they see themselves on a whole totally different, lower scale than what God sees you on. And we need to begin to see ourselves as God sees us, because like I said before, he has big plans for us in this year. This is his perfect vision, which is 2020. It's the perfect vision for us that he has for us, and that he wants to reveal a lot of things to us and bring a lot of blessings to us in this year. It's just going to be an explosive year. I know it's going to be really impactful and really significant, because it's his perfect vision. And I believe this year is going to be, and I believe it has to do with that vision that he showed me also this morning. It has to do with him showing us his perfect vision, and that's his perfect vision for us, is like this perfect picture. And that's what he was, telling me so much this morning when I seen this vision. He was saying, this is my perfect vision for you. This is my perfect picture for you. This is how I see you. This is what I see for you in your future. It's perfect. It's full of blessings. It's full of prosperity. It's full of, the things that I have for you. And that's what he wants us to have. And that's one big thing that he was telling me this morning as I saw that vision, was that's his perfect vision for us. That's how he paints the picture for us, so to speak. You know, that's how the picture that he has for us and the vision that he has for us. That's how big it is, and that's how important it is. You know, that he wants to show us that, and he wants to reveal things to us. You know, a lot of things. I mean, he's going to reveal a lot of things, I believe, to us and show us a lot of visions, a lot of dreams, a lot of different things. They're going to be really significant. So I pay attention to those dreams and those visions that he shows you, because especially in this year, it's going to be really, there's going to be a lot to it, and there's going to be something, it's going to be things that he's not going to reveal to you all at once, but he will reveal it to you in pieces and bits, you know, as time goes by, because there's so much to it that he can't put it all on you at once, because it would be like an overload in our mind. We wouldn't be able to handle it all at once, you know, because that's why he doesn't show us a lot of things all at once, because we can't handle if he showed us the whole vision, the whole thing, plan that he has for us all at once, we'd be like Jonah and we'd run. You know, I've said that several times, and we would. It's true. We'd be like Jonah. We'd just run, because we wouldn't be able to handle it. Our mind wouldn't be able to comprehend it. So instead of doing that, God shows it to us in bits and pieces at a time, and reveals things to us a little bit at a time, as we can take it and handle it and process it in our minds and grab a hold of it, so that we can see the full picture, and so that we can see the full vision that he has for us. And that's why he does that. But a lot of people don't understand that. They think that God's just going to show you the whole thing all at once, and he's just going to, you know, put it out there and just paint the whole picture. But no, he's not going to do that, because he knows that we can't handle it. Our mind can't comprehend it. You know, we don't have the ability to comprehend all that at once. So, you know, he reveals it to us little by little. But I did want to share that with you real quick, and just tell you, you know, just watch your dreams and your visions, because I'm telling you, he's going to be showing us a lot of things in this year. It's going to be amazing, and it will have to do with our future. It will have to do with what he has for us and the plans that he has for us. He's going to be revealing to us little by little. So, you know, like I always say, you know, pay attention to those dreams and visions and write them down. And if he shows you pictures like he did me, write it down. I mean, I know, you know, you may not be able to draw good like me. I mean, I don't know. Some people may be good artists, but I would sketch it out if at all possible, and just keep it, you know, in a folder or something, and just remember it, you know, because it's something that we have to really pay attention to, because it has to do, I can't stress that enough, but I know God's like really pressed me about that when he showed me this vision this morning, to really pay attention to the dreams and the visions that he shows us, and write things down and keep a record of it, keep a folder of it, keep it in a binder, keep it somewhere like in a journal or whatever. Keep it where you can get to it, because it's going to be very, very significant for your future and for the plans that he has for you. So definitely keep an eye, you know, keep a record of it, and keep an eye out, because you just never know. I mean, God's going to reveal a lot of things. I know this year is going to be really massive. It's going to be an explosive year, and it's going to be a year that we have to pay attention to things. We have to pay closer attention to the visions and the dreams that God shows us, because they are going to be very significant and very important. And they're going to be a big, huge piece of our future and the things that he has for us. So we really have to be mindful of it and pay attention to it. But I wanted to share that with you real quick, and show you the vision, and talk to you a little bit about your identity, and to see yourself as God sees you. You know, don't see yourself lowly and you know, is not no good, because you are. God sees us and he loves us, and he, you know, he has big plans for us, and he loves us, and he doesn't think anything bad of us. He thinks good things. So, you know, when the enemy tries to throw those things at you and put those crazy thoughts in your head, cast those things down. And don't take hold of them. You know, don't make them your thoughts, because they're not your thoughts unless you take ownership of them. So remember that. Don't take ownership of thoughts that the enemy puts in your mind, but be mindful of the thoughts that God sees for you, and grab a hold of that, and see yourself that way. Don't see yourself the way that the enemy or the world tries to put on you, because the pressures, I'm telling you, they are really really thick. They are really coming at people. Persecution's coming, and like I've never seen against God's people. I mean, their persecution is really heavy, but you just got to remember, he's on our side. He's for us, and he's showing us, you know, different things, like I said, in dreams and visions. So we really got to pay attention to that and really be mindful of it in this year and in these weeks and months to come, because he's going to be revealing a lot of things to us. I mean, a lot. So we got to pay attention to that. And he's also going to be revealing a lot of the enemy's tactics, because he changes his tactics up. You know, he's always evil. It's always for, you know, we know there's nothing new under the sun, but from time to time, especially in these times that we're living in, the enemy's getting desperate, so to speak. And he's trying to throw everything at us that he can to try to throw us off and keep us from what God has for us, because he knows it's big. He knows it's huge. So, when it comes at you, don't let it drag you down. Just cast those thoughts down and don't let the enemy, fill your mind with his crazy thoughts. But keep your mind on God, keep your thoughts on God, and keep confessing that you have the mind of Christ, you have the thoughts of Christ, and cast down every imaginary and high and lofty thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Christ, like his word tells us. Well, I did want to share that real quick with everybody, and I pray that everybody has a blessed day. And until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye.